What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Friday. Hope you guys had a good night last night. The plays are pretty solid for the most part. Austin Rivers was on his way to a crazy good night, but he wasn't able to get anything going in the fourth quarter, so that kind of sucked. And also Chris Dunn and John Collins both came out on fire in their games, but they got in foul trouble, so they weren't able to do as much. And also John Collins got hurt in the fourth quarter, so that was a bit disappointing, but for the most part, they did pretty good. So drop a like in the video if you're ready to go here tonight, though. We have a nice 8-game slate, ready to make some money to start the Friday off right. So let's get into it. Top 5 plays, Dollar Tree play of the day. First off, we're going to go with Dwight Howard. Dwight the Fright, 7,500, going against Miami without Hassan Whiteside. I think Howard can have a crazy good night here. Another double-double. He's been a double-double machine as of late, and he's been scoring at will from the field, over 20 points in each of the 4 out of the last 5 games, and one of them was against San Antonio, which is a tough matchup. They got blown out in that game. He only got 22 minutes, so I think this game should stay close for the most part. Miami, Charlotte, both kind of middle-of-the-pack teams here, so I think Howard's a great option here. I think I'll get over 40 DraftKings points and have a great game against Miami without Whiteside, who's a great defender down low. So lock in Dwight. Next up, we have another guy that gets a benefit of someone being out. That's John Wall. And with John Wall out, Otto Porter sets up to have a great game here against Detroit. And he faced Detroit earlier, and he got 54 DraftKings points in that game. That was with John Wall in the lineup, I'm assuming. So Otto Porter here, he's had some nice games without John Wall. 49 against Portland and 33 against Minnesota. Struggled against Philly last game. They're pretty solid defensively, so we'll let that one slide. But against Detroit here, they get Avery Bradley as shooting guard, so he'll be defending Bradley Beal. So I think he'll make Bradley Beal struggle a bit, and Otto Porter will pick up the slack going against Tobias Harris at the 3, who's not really a great defender, or they might have Stanley Johnson on him. Both of them aren't nearly the same defender as Avery Bradley, so I think Otto Porter is locked and loaded as a great play here to get over 35 DraftKings points. The price is pretty solid at 6,500 as well, so Otto Porter, lock him in there. The matchups is too good. Next up, we're going to go with another big man, Karl Anthony Towns at 8,600. This guy has gone off against OKC this year. Both of the games against OKC between Minnesota and the Thunder have been high scoring. So I like Towns here. 56 DraftKings points in the 2 games on average against them. And he hasn't really been doing anything the last 2 games. He was okay against Washington, but I think he'll reach that upside that he's shown against OKC in this game. Those stretch kind of like 4-5s have been doing very good against OKC. We saw Aaron Gordon go for like 70 DraftKings points against them the other night. So I think Karl Anthony Towns sets up, have a huge game here at only 8,600. So lock him in. Another guy that I was high on the other day was Kyle Lowry. This guy has been on a tear lately. I'm going to go back to the well here. 8,100 going against Indiana. Both these teams, not both these teams, but Indiana plays at a fast pace. So I think that will help Kyle Lowry in this game. He's able to get some more stats, those rebounds, assists, and he's been shooting very well, which is great for DraftKings. Because normally, he's great for DraftKings just because of the rebounds and assists, like I was saying. But if he's scoring, then that just means he can reach that huge upside that he has shown. 50 out of DraftKings points at 3 out of the last 4 games. And he scored 57 against them in that game against Indiana. He got 40 minutes. So if this game stays close, he'll get a lot of minutes, get that good run. Stats will be up, and he should be able to score. He was only 6 or 12 from the field, so maybe he can get a few more shots this game as well, similar to what he did against Charlotte. So I love Kyle Lowry at 8,100. Considering his upside and everything like that. So lock him in. Next up, Michael Carter-Williams at 4,400 going against Miami. The matchup isn't that great, but his usage, not his usage, but his minutes uptick with Kemba Walker out last night, or out the other night, was crazy. He got 32 minutes, which is great to see. So I think he should be getting over 30 minutes again here. And he was only 1 for 10 from the field, so that shows that they have good confidence in him in these games. So I think he should be able to get over 30 minutes, like I was saying, if he just hits a few more shots. And he's always able to get rebounds and assists. He likes to stat pad a bit at point guard. We saw his rookie year, he was getting triple-doubles a lot. So at 4,400, I like MCW here. I mean, he's not a great scorer, but he's able to get the stats that we need. So I think he can get like similar to this Cleveland game where he got 11, 7, and 5. Something like that kind of stat line here going against Miami. So MCW, lock him in there. So that's the top 5. You got 4,900 remaining per player. You got Kyle Lowry, Otto Porter, Dwight Howard, MCW, and Karl Anthony Towns. And for my Dollar Tree play of the day, we're going to go with this Tomas guy. on Washington, the backup point guard. He's been getting some good run, and going against Detroit here, their defense against point guards isn't that great as well. They got Reggie Jackson and Ish Smith, both kind of middle of the pack or below average defenders, and he's been doing very good. He got 24 and 26 drafting points the last 2 games. His minutes have been trending up without John Wall. So I think this is another game here where he can easily get around 29 minutes. He's able to pass pretty good as well. 6 and 8 assists the last 2 games. I honestly haven't seen him play, but I'm guessing he's a better player than Tim Frazier. That guy isn't that great. And this guy is kind of a project, or kind of this guy that they had on their bench for a while. He's like 26 years old. They drafted him in 2012, so they got to see what they got in him. And this seems like another game they can see what he got, and hopefully he can ball out here going against Detroit in a good matchup with Bradley Beal possibly struggling against Avery Bradley. Tomas can pick up the slack along with Otto Porter, so I really like both those guys. So Tomas at 3,800, nice value, lock him in there. So that is it, guys. 5,500 remaining per player. Tomas, however you say his last name, rounds it out with Kyle Lowry, Otto Porter, Dwight Howard, MCW, and Karl Anthony Towns. So drop a like in the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already to get these plays every single day. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I wish you guys the best of luck here tonight. Also, thank you for all the subscribers. I mentioned this on Twitter, but not in my video. We hit 3,000 subscribers, I believe, like last week. I forgot to mention it, but thank you so much for that. And also, we got the NFL DraftKings picks coming in a bit here tonight. Now that we got the injury reports and everything like that, I can come to my final conclusion on who I am on this week. So be on the lookout for that. I wish you guys the best of luck on tonight's slate, and we'll see you back here again on tomorrow.